Welcome to The Hypnotist, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. Brought to you by the hypnotherapist demanded by celebrities, CEOs, and even royalty, Adam Cox. These recordings took place live from Adam's clinic in London's world-famous Harley Street. This podcast features powerful hypnosis, so do not listen while driving or operating machinery. This recording is not suitable for those with epilepsy or severe mental health issues. So, get yourself comfortable and enjoy today's episode of The Hypnotist.
Hello, it's Adam here, and in this episode of The Hypnotist, you're going to be listening to a hypnosis session for someone that was going through a period of perhaps grief, perhaps depression, perhaps feelings of loss and loneliness. And what was evident is that this particular client was stuck at a place on the grief cycle of valuing the people that were alive and making an evaluation that they weren't and that they never would be, which is part of the end of the grief cycle, which is acceptance. But true acceptance is the acceptance of moving forward with something of value from whatever happened. And that could be something painful, and it could be wisdom that you take forward, or it could be something like a lesson learned, or it could be a way of thinking about the world, or just memories that somehow might be helpful to get you through tough times in the future. The client felt homesick, but there was a feeling of, even if they were home, there wasn't the people that they associated with home. And therefore it was obvious that it wasn't necessarily the place, but the feeling that they were missing. So in this hypnosis session, it's designed to help with grief, but it's also designed to help with a feeling of being able to cope with the world and life and change and challenges and all the things that, if you're in a good place with a good supportive network, you feel like you can take on anything. And sometimes if you're missing those things, then even small things can feel overwhelming and overbearing and impossible. So it's designed to give additional resources by tapping into what was learned and what was acquired while significant people were alive. And it was direct family members. There's an element of disassociation for the hypnotist listening. You'll hear various metaphors and embedded commands, but mainly it's this idea of getting something valuable like wisdom and resources from those people and feeling like whenever you live with that advice and with those feelings, in some way you're still connected with the essence of someone, even if they themselves aren't around physically. And we know that can be true because you can watch a movie with someone fantastic and get an essence of their energy or their spirit. Even if they died decades ago, they still have an impact beyond their death. And that's certainly true with family members that you can remember vividly and you know the impact they had on your life. And therefore, if you can honor them by living in that way, they're not truly gone, and it actually helps you live in the present, which is an important element. If you are struggling with grief and you think hypnotherapy might be able to help, there's a link in the show notes that you can reach out to me for a free consultation call. But you might find that actually this session that was created for someone with, several direct family members that had deceased, even if that's not your circumstances and your situation, the essence of it, of learning from someone from the past and still being connected to them in some way, and then seeing a future with those resources, might actually be quite helpful for you. So find a quiet place where you won't be disturbed, relax, and I won't say enjoy the session, but deeply experience the session. Take a deep breath in. As you breathe in a resourceful feeling of relaxation. And as you exhale, just allow any feelings of worry or stress to feel like it's leaving your body in your outward breath. I want you to create an image in your mind of a bright, beautiful flower. The petals have incredibly bright colors, maybe yellow and orange, pink and purple. And I want you to imagine the bright, vibrant colors and perhaps a beautiful smell of this flower. And I want you to imagine that this flower is emitting a wonderful energy of positivity. That as you breathe in, you can breathe in the bright, vibrant colors of the flower going in through your nose, feeling a wonderful feeling of positivity going in through your nose, into your body. And as you exhale, any feelings of emptiness, stress or worries, anxiety, or any hopelessness, just feel like it's leaving your body in a grey dark colour that leaves your body in your outward breath. So this warm, wonderful bright colours go in, darker colours leave your body. And I want you to imagine you're standing in a tunnel and there is a bright light at the end of that tunnel. As you breathe in the bright colors of this flower, exhale feelings of tiredness, exhale feelings of hopelessness. Hope is awakened, and you can feel yourself walking forward towards the light at the end of this tunnel. As you get closer, you can smell the sea air. You can hear the faint sound of waves. And it occurs to you that the light at the end of a tunnel is a beach. Praia Grande in Sintra. And I want you to get a sense that you're just moments away from leaving the tunnel into the bright Portuguese sun. And I want you to imagine that you're dressed in whichever clothing is appropriate to be there on that white sandy beach, seeing and hearing the waves of the Atlantic Ocean. I want you to get a sense then you're now feeling the sand on your feet. The sun on your face. I want you to get a sense that you feel like you're home. Continue to feel that warm color going in through your nose. But I want you to feel that it's melting away any feelings of tension and stress, giving you a wonderful feeling of feeling optimistic and positive. I want you to get a sense that it feels so lovely to be at a place where your soul can relax. Tension melting away under the Portuguese sun. Feeling the wonderful feeling of the sand beneath you. And I want you to imagine that there is a big blanket just placed there on the beach, and I want you to imagine how good it would feel to lie down there on that blanket, breathing in and breathing out and feeling deeper and deeper relaxed. I want you to get a sense that sometimes in life, when sad things happen, bad things happen, it can make us hard, tough. It's a protective mechanism to keep us safe, like a shell. And it doesn't let the outside world in, but equally it stops you enjoying the wonders of life. And I want you to imagine that a shell was built up over these sad events of your life, almost like a case of ice was encapsulated around you. But as you imagine that you're there lying on a blanket on a wonderful beach there by the sea, I'm going to count down from 10 to 1, and you're going to feel deeper and deeper relaxed. But more importantly, you're going to feel that this protective ice case is melting away. And as it melts away, it unlocks the real you, the vulnerable you, the version of you that can enjoy life. Starting to count 10. Just relaxing the muscles in your eyelids. 9, releasing any tension in your jaw. That's it. 8, breathing in deep and slow, breathing out. That's it, really relaxed, activating your diaphragm. 7, just enabling any muscles in your neck and your shoulders to just melt away. And that's it. 6, feeling that relaxation spread all the way down into your arms feeling limp, loose, heavy. There on that blanket, melting away all the tension, the stress, the worries, melting this hard shell that has been trying to protect you. And then 5, just feeling like even your internal organs are relaxing. 4, just feeling like any anxiety in your gut is melting away. Still feeling the warmth of the sun. That's it. 3, going down into your legs. Getting more and more relaxed, limp, loose, heavy, deeper relaxed now. That's it, all the way down. Thighs to calf muscles, all the way down to the muscles in your toes. Deeper, deeper relaxed. And I want you to imagine you're about to, and this is just within your imagination, fall asleep on that blanket on the playa. That's it. And I want you to go into your imagination to imagine that you're standing there on the beach, looking down at yourself, fast asleep on a blanket, lifting your hand up, feeling it all limp, loose and heavy, letting it flop back down to your side, as you're now convinced that you're deep within your own imagination. And there are people joining you on this beach from the past. People that have something to share with you that can help you in the present. And I want you to see that your father is joining you just on this imaginary beach in your imagination. But you recognize the beach and there's no one else around, just you and your father. And I want you to give him a hug. Feel that sense of closeness and connection. Maybe tell him you love him, you miss him. But also tell him that you accept that things have changed now. But I want you to tell him what you need most. A resource that you need. Maybe it's resilience. Maybe it's feeling aligned, being a good person, Or even tell him you don't even know what you need. But I want you to hear two things. One, some advice, some wisdom, some insight that can help you in your situation right now. And then the second is imagining him giving you a gift. Maybe the gift is in a bag, or a box, or even a wrapped present. But the gift is nothing real, not tangible at least. It's a resource. A resource that he had in abundance, but maybe something that you've not been utilizing. And I want you to get a sense that you open that gift. And it's a glowing ball of energy, and notice the color of it. And feel like you intuitively know what it represents. And place it on your chest. Feel like you're absorbing that resource, that energy, that attribute that your father had in abundance, that you are now integrating into you, that you are feeling like you are tapping into that resource. And that resource is a little bit of him. Therefore, whenever you utilize this resource, you will feel a powerful, profound connection with your father. That you can never be alone, because whenever you utilize this gift or follow that advice, it feels like he is there with you. I want you to give him another hug, but he's still there on the beach. But suddenly your mother arrives, there on the beach. I want you to see her looking healthy and happy. Give her a hug. Tell her you've missed her. But also tell her you accept that she can't be there, not physically, but that you want her to be there in a different way. Not just when times are sad, but when you do things that remind yourself of her. She also has some advice for you. Knowing what challenges you're facing, knowing what feelings are coming up, listen to that advice and be open to that advice. And maybe it's advice you can follow, or maybe it's advice that you need to reflect on and figure out how to utilize it in your life with your situation. And she also has a gift for you. Open the gift, see the glowing ball of energy, and that is a resource that she had in abundance. Maybe love. Maybe positivity. Maybe happiness. But again, I want you to hold on to that glowing ball of energy. Feel the frequency, the vibration. Place it to your chest. Allow your body to absorb that resource. And from this point onwards, whenever you utilize that resource in your life, you're creating a powerful connection with your mother. She's still there right beside you. Give her a hug, and she's still there on the beach. And then see your brother, maybe being silly, smiling. Give him a hug. Maybe his advice isn't as wise, but maybe it's exactly the advice that you need. Maybe it's to not take life so seriously. To trust your intuition, to go with the flow, or maybe something else. He also has a gift for you. A powerful resource. a feeling, a way of looking at the world, maybe a perspective. I want you to get a sense that life is a privilege, something that you get to use or waste. I want you to remember a time that you bought a delicious piece of fruit and it looked amazing and it was there in the fruit bowl, but for some reason you forgot to eat it and the fruit aged and it reached a point where you never enjoyed that fruit, you just had to throw it away. And wouldn't it be a shame if your life wasn't appreciated and used until it was too late? And I want you to make a promise to those 3 members of your family there on the beach that you will make the most of your life. You will do it for them. You will make them proud. You'll take their wisdom, their attributes. You'll be inspired by them. And you will do it for them. And they can see your progress, because whenever you do these things, I want you to feel an incredible connection that they are close by. And if your unconscious mind is happy to accept this suggestion, feeling it could be useful for you in the present and the future, let me know by nodding your head. I want you to imagine, for some reason, there on that beach, a giant cinema screen appears in the sky, showing your future. All 4 of you sat on that big blanket on the beach, looking at this huge cinema screen, seeing you in the future, implementing their advice, using their gifts, these resources, in dealing with real life events. Maybe see yourself being more energetic. See yourself with more confidence. See yourself being more sociable or feeling more at ease with yourself, knowing that you are never alone. As long as you remember your family, they're always with you. But I want you to see on that giant screen in the sky a future where you've got that energy back. Positive spring in your step. And I didn't know if it will come in a few days, a few weeks, or a few months, but I want you to accept that soon. A version of you where you have that confidence, that energy, that feeling of positivity just becomes second nature. And in doing so, it shows that you are receiving these gifts and putting these gifts to use that you've received from the people that you love and love you. And if you get a sense that the future now has possibilities and opportunities, let me know by nodding your head. I want you to imagine it's time to leave the beach, but knowing that you can come back here whenever you want. So I want you to imagine that you're saying goodbye to your mother, your father, your brother, but not goodbye forever, just goodbye for now. There will be resources that you can access whenever you return to this beach, whenever you think of this blanket, whenever you think of that sea, that sand, that sky. Now they can give you help with any issues you're facing, ideas for the future, or more of their resources and their wisdom and their insights that can help you. So you say goodbye and you walk back down that tunnel all the way back until you see someone like you sitting there in the present, and you step into you in reality, but take all of those resources, insights, new approaches with you, accepting that this was a journey in your imagination, ideas within ideas, thoughts within thoughts, dreams within dreams, but now you're in the present as you take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your nose. Just wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, get a sense that you're fully integrated into the present, as very soon I count from 1 to 10 to awaken you. You will awaken feeling resourceful, optimistic, positive, with a desire to do those things that you haven't been doing, to get the feelings that you've been missing. Starting to count. 1, 2, 3, waking up. 4, 5, 6, more alert, that's it. 7, 8, fully wide awake. 9, 10, wide awake, wide awake, wide awake.
Thank you for listening to The Hypnotist with Adam Cox, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. To automatically receive the latest episodes, please subscribe. If you'd like to support the show, please share this episode with just one friend you think it could help. And if this episode helped you, please leave us a 5-star review.